Episode 247. We're back here in the firmament, with the Ishgardian restoration, which is already complete. They don't need our help anymore, but I guess there's still some things for us to do. First thing we're gonna do, I guess, is just look around the area. Left off last episode just kind of walking towards the central plaza here before I turned around. I don't really know the history of the area, just that it was rebuilt one by one with each stage of the reconstruction effort. Can't really imagine what it looked like other than those pictures that we can see on the signboard. Whatever videos might exist of the whole process when people were actually playing this, during Shadowbringers, I guess. I guess we got a statue of a Fury, or several statues of a Fury, in this central plaza. No idea who Saint Roel is. Right, the public bathhouse. We'll get to there later. In general, I like all these decorations they added around. Ishgard's a very grey, icy, white location. But these decorations spice it up a little bit, I guess, even if they're kind of, well, they're like eternal landmarks, right? It's sort of weird that these decorations are always out, that the whole Fate thing is going on forever, even after the restoration is years and years behind us. But I guess that just means we don't miss out on all this fun stuff. Speaking of, I guess the Fates are happening in 1 hour and 25 minutes, so we can probably join in on that after this episode. Bunch of markets here, but nothing for us to actually buy. And we could of course jump up to that tower too, but pretty sure it's just the same tower that we already jumped up to. The same platforming. I think this is the lowest level of Ishgard there is, which is accessible to us anyway. Speaking of, that would be the vault up there, right? Which part of Ishgard are we in, if we look at the map or whatever? When you enter Ishgard from the Corthus Central Highlands, right here at the front in the Foundation, and then if this map is accurate, then the front side of the vault is where you hang out here in the pillars with the manor, the house Fort Thompson, all the other manors. If that's the vault up there, are we behind it or like to the left or the right of it? I can't tell. Geographically speaking, I have no idea where we are. You just hang out here in the cold and the snow? Ishgardians, jeez. Seems kind of precarious, doesn't it? I mean, the entire structure of Ishgard over this gaping abyss is precarious, but this one in particular, it's like hanging above the abyss. No real foundation other than this bridge. I said I wouldn't jump up this, but I was kind of curious about this one. It had all these balloons on it. Does it look any different? Damn. This is supposed to be easy. You know what's throwing me off? It's this thing, isn't it? We're like 10% faster because of the new jogging mechanics. Not that it actually matters. If anything, it should help me with all of this platforming. Should be a way up. Of course, these balloons are probably just decoration. There's probably nothing else different going on up here. If anything, we can at least get a different view. Once we complete the tour of this episode, I'm hoping to actually get to the Diadem and make that the main focus of the episode. Hopefully I do get to that. hang out in there for maybe a little under an hour and come back here for the fate that's going to happen pretty soon. There we go. Yeah, all the same platforming, I remember. Just with balloons now, I guess. And at the top, is there still another cat? There's a frog. It's our frog. And yeah, there's another cat. Well, at least we got a different view, I guess. Not the highest one there is. So yeah, this is the new nest district. Which is, I guess, owing to these nests or whatever. It's like for birds. We're high up. Something like that. Even though this is the firmament, I guess? Wait. Hang on. This whole time, I thought the firmament was lower than the foundation. Because you build foundation on the firmament, right? Isn't this just the same height as the pillars, or even foundation or whatever? I can't tell based on the surrounding land, but just looking down, we seem to be as high up as we always were. Maybe the firmament is just another name equivalent to the foundation, and we're just on the same level as we've always been down there. Maybe still not as high as the actual pillars, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just, again, I have no idea where we are geographically. Who cares? Alright, let's wrap up this tour, this mockery of a tour in as short a time as possible, I guess. We've seen enough of the new nest, even though we haven't really, but I'm sure we're going to see more of it while we do the fates or whatever in the next episode. We'll do a tour of Featherfall, then work our way up to over here, I guess. Don't remember what this Hoarfrost Hall is, but I'm pretty sure it's inaccessible. Just kind of there for decoration. Oh, I should clean out my inventory. There should be like someone here. Yeah. Just take all this stuff that I don't need anymore. I'm pretty sure I don't need any of this, but I think some of these were useful for high-level stuff that we can turn in for experience at the Grand Company. I think I bought them for the Alchemist. But I might not be able to even turn in these things anymore since I'm a higher level than they were. Yeah. Well, whatever. We don't need that much space in our inventory. Just enough for whatever we gather over at the Diadem, I guess. Which I've never been to, so it'll be our first time experience, I suppose. Looks like they're working on mana cutters over there. And of course the other thing we can do while over here in the Foundation, or rather, the Firmament, is work on the Sky Steel tools, yeah. The Relic tools, that's the generic name for these things, that were introduced as part of the incentive for doing the whole Ishgardian restoration for crafters and all that. The endgame tools. Previously endgame anyway. Who's visiting? The hero of Ishgard? Where are they? I want to meet them. We can't stand around here all day, though. Yeah, there's no way we can go inside, right? Although, wait, it's like mapped out. There's some section of map that's right behind this door? Or above? Wait, what? Looks like we can get inside. Oh no, we can get above. That's what that is. There's probably nothing up here, right? Just a place to hang out, I guess? I guess so. For anyone that wants to jump up here, I guess. Or go even further? No. Not allowed. No jumping puzzle here. This is all there is. It's at least another decent view of the area. So yeah, I guess this would be the Featherfall district down there. And then there's the Risen Song Quarter in the back. These three sections, I guess. Now we'll go down the main road back to the back area there, I guess, and finish up our little tour. We haven't seen everything, we haven't really seen that much, just walked around a bit. We saw this at least. I bet he learned that from Totaro. We've seen her doing that ourselves, right? Hey, don't we know that dance? Right here. And... go. No, wait, it starts with the other one. Little late. It's kind of a startup animation I have to account for. Little earlier. Like right when they dip... here? There we go. How do you get the version of this dance that's flipped the other way around? Because we wouldn't be able to sync up with, for example, the bunny or the pig. We kind of only synced up with the left side here. Not that it matters, it's just... well, I guess they did this specifically just so these dancers were symmetric. I'm not in costume though, so I shouldn't be doing this. Do I have a costume for this? If I had the glamour dresser, maybe I'd dress up as like a chocobo or something. If I even have that outfit, I don't remember. Candied apples, now I want one. In real life. Of course, these areas are all used for the actual fates, but where does this go? Gatekeeper? Bright Ballad's Passage? I don't actually know where that goes. In a sec. Some kind of special housing in the back here. Of course, this district, the Firmament, it's reused as housing district for people that want to own a house in Ishgard. We can visit that area a little bit later, I guess. Pick up that quest and see what that area looks like, but... we probably won't see that much since we're currently in Rathlesia, so probably not a whole lot of houses there. And yeah, here are the bathhouses they were talking about. Finally, a place where you can warm up in Ishgard that isn't like a fire pit or something. We don't exactly have a swimsuit ready. I should probably get one ready for the actual summer event, the Moonfire Fair that they have coming up in about a week even. Guess we can just jump in. I hate getting our clothes wet. It's just a feeling in my head, I know. But the thought of getting clothes wet that aren't meant to be wet just kind of fills me with... well, I just don't like it. We can do this though, right? I guess this is one of the nice things about if you get a house inside Ishgard. Get access to these hot springs or whatever. But I feel like there is some kind of equivalent swimming area in each of the housing districts in any place you'd go in. Oh, what's this? Is it some kind of bench? I guess so. But it's also... Oh, don't sit on me. Some kind of rug here? Do people like lie down on this? Oh wait, is this snow? No, couldn't be. We're not leaving footsteps. No, that's a rug. Just couldn't tell by the texture. Oh, I never noticed this was here before. Never came here as my main character. Huh. A little sauna. Okay, this is one thing the other housing districts don't really have, I don't think. It's pretty fun. Again, we're kind of overdressed for this. We don't have this same red pareo that these guys have. Although it's probably pretty cheap on the market board, I could get that. I'm sure I'll sort out the swimsuit situation by the time the Moonfire Fair rolls along. Hopefully we're done with the cold Ishgardian restoration stuff by the time that comes out. I'd like to wrap this up right before we go south for the winter or whatever. And experience the warm beaches of Costa del Sol once again. So where does this go? Imperium lies just up ahead. Shall I escort you there? Oh, we can go there. I see. Yeah, bring us there. Just bring us to number 1, I guess. Seems like there are houses here, but don't know how active these housing districts are. So yes, of course, it's going to be the exact same. I guess we're like on a slightly elevated floor or something. Like we went around clockwise or something. And now we're on like a, I don't know, a different section surrounding the vault or whatever. We only ever really see the front of... Oh, we can ride this here. Yeah, we only ever see the front side of Ishgard whenever we're in the pillars or the foundation, so I guess all of these areas surrounding the vault could be anything, including these housing districts, I guess. But yeah, it's all just the same here. Oh, and I guess that's why this exists over there, for you to have apartments over in the housing district. That's what that is. No decorations here, and I guess we don't really need to see anything else since it's just going to be the same other than player-made houses rather than NPC houses. Let us out. Alright, so bring us back to... Actually, bring us back here. We're going to talk to this guy just to get rid of that quest. Ah, Komoy, I've been awaiting your return. You see, after you helped bring an end to the Dragonsong War, we have striven to rebuild the city. And thanks to the assistance of countless craftsmen, not you, our efforts to restore the firmament to its former glory are finally complete. In fact, House Zameo, still not sure how to pronounce that, assembled a team of masons so skilled and efficient that they were able to finish the construction of an entirely new quarter, exactly the same as the firmament. Its name is Imperium, and it was created to serve as a residential district for adventurers across the realm. No amount of description can truly convey its splendor, so I have asked Tomalin to escort you there, that you might see for yourself. Seek him out in the broom when you have a moment. Okay. And then we're going back exactly where we just were. Again, just to get rid of the quest. Oh, and this guy starts our Skysteel tools thing. We'll pick that up later. Oh, my lady, you've graced us with your presence once more. Perchance you've an interest in the Imperium? If so, say no more. I shall escort you there myself. And fear not, the Herald will surely be happy to answer any questions you may have. Oh, are we gonna get a... Okay, yeah, we're getting a cutscene here. I could have used this cutscene to get a decent thumbnail for my previous episode. I don't need it now, but oh well. Yeah, that would have been perfect for the thumbnail. This right here. Great. Who cares? I mean, it doesn't have the decorations of the Ishgardian Restoration Firmament area, but still. Welcome to Imperium. As our restoration efforts progressed, they eventually expanded to include the construction of this little taste of heavens on Earth. We are indebted to countless adventurers, such as yourself, but not you, who helped bring about an end to the Dragonstone War. Oh wait, that was us. I thought she was going to talk about the adventurers who helped rebuild, whatever. And as thanks, we wish to provide a space for you to call home here in Ishgard. Of course, we will still require a nominal fee, of course, for any plots of land or apartments you purchase, but know that your guild will help us rebuild bigger and better than before. I saved the entire city-state, the country, the realm, twice over, or something like that. Surely you can give me some kind of honorary house or something like that? I guess not. If you would like to hear more, please speak with the resident caretaker for further assistance. No, I think we're good. Oh wait, we gotta report back to the guy. Well, that's fine. And we can't return. Just teleport us there. Oh wait, is that? Oh, I never... You know, I didn't put two and two together. It was right here on the map while I was talking about it, but I didn't even think that the Imperium was right here on the map, but... Does this even represent the physical location of where it is? Is it just on the... like to the right side of the vault if you're facing it? I guess it must be. That would make sense if we enter the pillars from here, the right side of the broom. And I guess the foundation and the pillars are adjacent to each other. Or rather, no, not those two. The firmament and the Imperium. Names. So, Komori, what did you think of the Imperium? I do hope it was to your liking. We don't like that we weren't given a house. Given that our borders were closed for so long, I worry that outsiders such as yourself might not take interest in this new district. But know that it is our sincerest wish that you and other noble souls will consider making Ishgard your new home. Sure, it's nice and all, but it's not exactly my first choice for housing. Too cold. Alright, so we're going back to the firmament. Putting on our gatherer class, which I don't have a thing for. Right. Again, I'll have to remember to make one of those. A macro. Okay, let's go to the Diadem, I guess. Has anyone spoken to you of the materials we require for the current reconstruction phase? While most are commonplace and can readily be had, some are unique to the project's needs, and I need hardly mention the resources found in the Diadem. Rather than name each and every one of them here, I shall write a list in your log that you may peruse at your leisure. Okay, information on the items required can be viewed in Ishgardian Restoration in the Gathering log. Got it. I took the liberty of verifying your skills, and by all accounts, you are an accomplished gatherer. Yeah, we're level 50. It shall be my pleasure to show you to the Diadem. But we can, like, enter at level 1 or something, right? You may now travel to the Diadem on procurement missions. Must be minor, botanist, or fisher. Oh, you have to be level 10. Okay. Parties of up to 8 players or solo. Fishing holes don't apply to us yet. So I guess we can just, like, do that, right? Or do we talk to him? Yeah. To the Diadem. Oh no, the weather's terrible. I'm gonna have to come back for like a better thumbnail or something. Luckily this cutscene probably plays every time you enter, right? Oh yeah, and this would have been during Shadowbringer, so of course they had Frostcar in the cutscenes. This would have been the first time we're seeing one in like a cutscene, I guess, other than a player character or something. Duty actions. Oh, is this our first time seeing that? Right, this would be Shadowbringers. Yeah, this is going to be our limit break, I guess. You can just activate them by pressing the triggers and then one of the sticks. Do we need this sneak? Hopefully not. Yeah, looking at this place, I have no idea where this is, or what this place is. Can we just fly? We can. There's also these wind things here. Well, before we jump on that, there's an entire map to map out. And NPCs to talk to. I guess we'll just start talking. Since when did it get so cold in these parts? That's why I'm about to freeze to death. Our ship, the Bounty, was torn apart by the winds of the Diadem. Though we survived the crash, others were not so fortunate. And in these days, and in the days that followed, still others fell victim to the beasts which roam these isles. At the time, we thought we might have to spend the rest of our lives here, which is why we set about constructing this camp from the wreckage. These days, there's no shortage of travelers who come to forge these isles for their resources. At the Holy See's request, we offer them the use of our outpost, that they might rest and resupply, and retreat, should they ever find themselves outmatched. Alright, thanks for the history. Maybe these guys were around in the older version of the Diadem? Maybe it's that kind of history? Not really much going on here other than this shack. Nothing to really gather, it seems, either. Alright, I guess we just start flying. Where does this go? Just kind of sends us down, I guess. There's an entire section over there, too, it seems. Bunch of level 80 monsters around, which makes sense considering Shadowbringers. Well, I guess the first thing we can do is just work out the map, I guess. Why is this one area different? There it is. Anything to gather here? Can't tell. Pretty much just kind of looks like the same stuff that we see over in the Sea of Clouds, except with this giant crystal in the center. Might not actually be too much to see here, which might make this episode pretty short. What's this weather, by the way? Umbral dust storms. Not that. Where's the nearest gathering point? Oh, right there. Okay. Gather. Yeah, it's all going to be stuff that we can gather. Or, no, it's not. It's going to be level 80, but there's going to be some stuff that we can gather, just for leveling purposes. So I think the idea here is that you go to the level 10 stuff until you reach level 60 or near enough. Then you start using this to get to level 80. Is that the fastest way to level now? I'm not actually sure. Did we gather that? I don't think we did. That was about 10,000 XP. That's actually not too much on the bar. Maybe it's still more efficient though. Over that way. Another part of the map we haven't seen though. Let's try the level 10 one instead. With increasing this, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's way more experience, even though this one's higher level. So yeah, even though this one's level 10, you get pretty decent experience from just gathering here in the Diadem. This does seem like the way to go for leveling from now on. Of course, part of that experience was getting the double chance, the high quality whatever thing. Just some manner of wreckage, I guess from their same ship. Does the weather change here very frequently? Because it seems like we entered with one weather and then it was a different weather and now it's an entirely new weather. We're not just going to gather on this one island though, just looking around, I guess. It does seem kind of slow if you just look at an individual gathering point, how much experience you get. But compared to gathering, I guess, anywhere else in the world, you don't really have to worry about going to a different place to get better experience yields or something like that. You can just keep on gathering in this one section, just with a quick hop on your chocobo or something. Let's make our way around the central ring or whatever, just gathering whatever we find. Maybe we'll get some levels and get some good stuff that we can use for crafting over in the firmament with our carpenter. I'm actually not sure we can actually use this with the carpenter. Oh, there was one over there. Not actually catching these on the minimap as frequently as I'd like. And actually they're not showing up at all, I don't think. And actually these gathering points have 5 integrity. I'm used to seeing them only have 4 integrity. Another way that these are more efficient, I guess. Over that way again. Okay, one more tree in this area, and then we move on. Does this even show up if I... Let's wait for this to run out. Yep, it's right there on the map. I guess I just didn't notice while I was passing by. Or I wasn't close enough. Mahogany. And there's our first level already. We have to keep in mind that leveling 1 to 50 would have been faster, or I guess maybe equivalent to leveling 51 to 60, so these 10 levels in Heavensward are maybe around the same amount of time as leveling 50 levels in A Realm Reborn, or something close to that. Comparable, at least, I think. So we just went through 1/10 of the entire leveling process with those few gathering points, I'd say. Of course, we went through the first 5 levels in A Realm Reborn much faster, but the curve over there is much faster since you're just starting out, obviously. I'd say with each expansion it probably evens out quite a bit. Part of the reason I'm also doing this is just so that I can, other than farm experience, farm this compressed ether, so we can see this cool 8-0 whatever blaster. I'd like to blast that thing at least once at the highest level before we leave. It'll probably take a while to actually grind that out though. We might have to cut our losses and just blast at one of these lower levels. I'm pretty sure you get the highest yield of rewards at the highest level though. Where does this one go? Oh, we're missing that on the map, I think. We are. We have to individually visit each of these little islands. A little bit annoying. Oh, we missed this one too. Great. I'm not going to get the achievement if we don't map the entire place, so I'm going to do it. Anything to see here? No. That island, right? This one? Or no? There. Another piece of wreckage. It seems like they really scattered all over the place. Or maybe they had a fleet of ships and we're just seeing the remains of individual ships. Several of them. Alright, back over here, I guess. Can you go up to the top of the crown jewel? Maybe. It doesn't seem like we get any experience for harvesting new things that we haven't seen before. So there's no point in going out of our way to get one of these toads or whatever. Although, what if we did this and then this? Is that worth it? Like for the experience? I don't think it's worth it. No, definitely not. I wonder if there's a riding map for the Diadem. Make it so that you run around faster on the mount. Yeah, it seems like the experience that you get from these little gathering points, they're synced to your level. They're not just a flat 10,000 or whatever. So that does mean you're not going to be leveling up quickly from 10 to 50 or whatever. Just kind of at the same rate, but still. Still faster than the outside world. I'm pretty sure this will only be good up until level 50 though, or not 50, 80. And past that you would want to be going to the spoiler exploration zone. Introduced in Dawn Trail, but accessible over in Endwalker, right after Shadowbringers. There. Alright, that's mapped, and gathering point over here. I want to get at least a few of each thing on each island, just so that when we return to craft with these materials, there's enough for us to at least use something for the carpenter. Because maybe they don't use all of the materials we're gathering here, but at least some of them will be useful for the carpenter, I think. And I guess we can sell the rest on the market board or something. Let's get one more from this area. It does seem like you don't need to sneak around here. All of these dangerous monsters they were warning us about are... well, they're not aggro on sight. Using these little wind things do seem to be faster laterally than flying around, but then you have to wait for this to fall down. You can't exit with flying or whatever. Oh, you know, I should be using the company manuals, although those are halved at above level 50. I guess I would need the next version of the company manuals, which I don't know how to get. Which I don't think they're sold by the company, those are only up to level 50 or something. I think you'd have to get them through scripts or whatever. I don't actually know what this area would have been used for before the crafting stuff. All I know is that the Diadem was only accessible by free company stuff. If you had some kind of special airship thing in your free company's house or something like that. At least I think that's what it was. Something like that. I think they're still to this day releasing free company stuff. Things that you can only access, gameplay features only accessible by free companies, like something about a submarine or something like that. But I don't think it's anything like the Diadem here where you could have explored some new map or something like that. Not that. Probably they deprecated all this stuff if only free company people can access them. It's probably too much effort to develop something like that only some people will see. Actually, I don't know how many players, percentage-wise, are going to be in free companies. I'm sure they try to design the game to be relatively accessible most content by solo players, like I'm doing. Other than, of course, things that are required to progress the main story, like trials or whatever. But even those are kind of making headway to be soloable with NPC companions, the dungeons and all that, duty support. Just as long as they don't ever deprecate content, I think that means that the content that they create is worthwhile in some way. Like if they ever got rid of Bozja, for example, which we haven't gotten to yet, but that's kind of a big one. That one's pretty heavily dependent on multiplayer, but I feel like I wouldn't want them to get rid of it just because the player base might be low in those. I guess it's above us, this island. We don't have to see it. I guess we already mapped it out by going under it. But since I've never been here on my main character apparently, I do want to at least tour the area. And there's not much to see here, just some kind of weird rock. That looks like a tree. We should make sure to grab this section of the map before we leave though. Oh, and this one here, damn it. I guess there was like another section of island that I ignored. One over here too. Just make a detour quickly there. We're almost done. Other than gathering and using the Aethero whatever rocket launcher every once in a while, it seems like there isn't really much to do here. When you compare it to the spoiler exploration zone, the one introduced in Dawntrail, the current content at the time of recording, there's a lot more to do as a gatherer/crafter in that zone. A lot more exciting and sometimes even time-gated events or whatever. They even got like fate things that gatherers can and crafters can participate in. But this is perfectly serviceable, I guess. Just a a place to chill around in whenever you want to level up your crafting class. I will say though, the weather is not to my liking. It changes pretty often, but most of the weather here is something that I don't consider it a great backdrop to zoning out and just working on your gatherer classes. This green storm that's surrounding the area, not very chill in my books. But maybe some people like it. I think the main things that we're getting at this level are just cotton bowls and mahogany logs. Hopefully there is something that I can craft with that as a carpenter. Otherwise I'd have to go to the market board and I don't want to lose any gil, especially when I'm considering having to buy things for a swimsuit for the upcoming Moonfire Fair. How am I getting mahogany logs from this? I mean, I guess it's a tree? Like a stone tree. Some kind of fossilized, crystallized tree? Somehow. Oh, is that nearby? I guess this is more of a fishing zone, maybe mining. Are there any other trees we can work on here? I mean, this is a tree, but kind of a funky tree. It might even be like one of the time-gated trees or something. How far is that? It seems like it's kind of far away. We're not going out of our way for that one. Oh, we're almost done mapping the area, I guess. I guess if you come in this area over here, you would want to go in the opposite direction this way, so that you arrive in this fishing zone pretty quick. But of course there's also sky fishing, so maybe you can just fish in the entire zone. Alright, and let's get this area over here. There. I guess those two islands down there. I've seen pictures of the Diadem before, like on the wiki and stuff, but it's actually smaller than I thought it would be. So which zone would be the best for a botanist to gather from? Just in terms of raw experience, I guess. The closest places that you can get gathering notes from. Probably one of these forest areas to the left, I guess. Maybe that one even. First of all, can we actually go to the center here? Is this like a haven for miners or something at the top? Is there anything even up there, or can we even fly that high? Nope, we can't fly that high. I guess if we want to map out the area, there we go, yeah. No playable zone in the center. And that's it. That's the Diadem. We've done Diadem gameplay, I recorded it, I guess. We're pretty much done here. I would just like to get the Aethero rocket launcher to another level. Probably not going to hang out here to get the full 5 levels, I guess, but maybe just the animation would be slightly different, and of course the rewards would be different, but this is enough for me. I should probably be able to gather the level 60 stuff for a better experience. But to do that I would need higher level gear, and that costs money. Oh, is there another one? There is. It spawned right next to us. Or it was there all along. Yeah, another nice thing about having the 5 gathering points, you get a significant experience bonus for combos. Consecutive gathering at the same node. So your maximum combo is going to be 5, better than any basic gathering node in the normal world. And one right there. If I do ever need to level up another class, I guess I'm just gonna hang out here and, I don't know, watch some cartoons or something while I do this in the background. Seems simple enough. With the right gear, I could also go all the way to level 80, if I really wanted to. Oh. This might be our little nook, I guess. We just go back and forth between these nodes. The nice thing about these nodes is that they all have all the different levels or whatever. For level 10, level 50, 70, and 80 and all that. Or actually, I don't know if there was a 70. Oh, we're back that way. Still close enough. Yeah, it's 1060 and all 80, I guess. Oh, actually, yeah, we are past the level 3 on this compressed ether gauge. So let's just pick a monster that we want to kill, I guess. The most ferocious looking beastie we can kill, to say we killed that thing as a botanist. I was eyeing one of those stone monsters from before, whatever they were called. I feel like whenever I pass by these, I don't want to pass up the chance to just gather them. I should probably just get on my way though. We spent enough time here, yeah. You know what, let's just pick a monster. We don't have to find the stone monster. It's fitting as a botanist that we can kill this melee, I guess. Even though it's level 80, right? Die. Rocket launcher. And we got a bunch of things. Switches, mahogany, sesame, and cedar logs. Oh, that only cost 1 bar. Well, we can kill whatever we want now. So yeah, we didn't need the full 5. You too. Rocket launcher. Farmer edition. And let's kill this thing, the werewood. Final rocket launcher. Alright, we did it. We did the Gatherer exclusive limit break. When will the crafters get a limit break? Who knows? I mean, I guess they have Byregaunt's Blessing, which is sort of like a limit break. I consider it to be anyway. I don't have to exit this way, but... Can we even exit this way, or do we just have to, like, exit from a menu? Whenever you're in a dungeon, you can actually exit the dungeon just by, of course, clicking the little thing at the end, but you can also exit it by clicking a thing at the very beginning. Like this thing right here, yeah. This is in every dungeon if you don't want to use a menu to exit. For whatever reason, I guess. So yeah, we gathered. We got 4 levels, or 3 levels or something. So now as a carpenter, can we craft with that stuff? I just assume we get like some decent experience as a... Ishgardian restoration item or something. Where do we even craft that stuff? Hang on. This one. If you have materials from the Diadem requiring inspection, my lady, I shall be pleased to assist you. Yeah, auto-submit. Sure. Oh, we get scripts for that too. We got 66, not that much. Yeah, of course you get more scripts for the higher level stuff, and then I guess this stuff might come from gathered during an Umbral Tempest. Okay, I was going to say maybe only gathered from defeating some kind of huge monster, but I guess the weather does actually play a pretty important role. Not that it matters to me. Oh, you even get Skyward points for these. Weird. Wait, but what about crafting with that stuff? Do I not understand this whole thing? Who do we talk to for crafting? I would like to get at least a little bit of that on screen, just to get the full gameplay loop, or whatever you would call it. Collectibles, right? Yes, I see that you're amply experienced in your craft. If you'd kindly lend me your log, I'd write down a list of items we need for your reference. Of course, our needs can change over time. If you wish to know what's currently in demand, don't hesitate to ask me. Okay, yeah, items in the crafting log. And expert recipes too, but that's a more endgame thing. Basically a mini-game for endgame stuff. And collectibles are things that we can create with... Wait, do I even have... Where's the thing to create collectibles? Do I even have that skill yet? Wait. No, wait, that's a gathering thing, isn't it? Yeah, this is for collectibles over here, that item. But for carpenters, I think you just choose to make the item a collectible or something. Maybe I should have read that tooltip, whatever. Point is, we can craft now with... Where? This? Yeah. Oh, but we don't have... Hang on, is this even Ishgardian stuff? What do you need? Tell me what you need. I guess it would be... Which of these is suitable to my level that I can actually participate in? I can't tell the level just based on this here. Well, look at plywood as a base, and I guess there's like different grades of plywood, so yeah. Never actually internalized what the different grades were, but that makes sense. There should actually be a specific section for Ishgardian restoration? Isn't that what it said? Hang on. Crafting log associated active help entry. No, wait, here. The crafting log and selecting the recipe under Ishgardian restoration. I must have scrolled over some kind of specific... There it is, restoration. Okay. Oh, did I? Okay, I still have those switches, yeah, but I need 80 of them apparently, or what? Yeah, I do need like Sky Builder's U stuff. Do I even have any of this stuff to craft any of this? Looks like I only have this mahogany log, and I guess I have 90 of it. And 80 of these. Okay, can we get U logs for cheap? We're just gonna do this real quick, I guess. Turns out this is grade 4, but we can craft it at level 20, I guess. teleport us back. And here. Okay, so wait, where can we gather you logs? I'm a botanist. I can do that myself. They're just over here. Okay. Well, we can do that. I'll keep it in mind. Right next to the 9 ivies in... Where is this? East Shroud. But, how quickly and how cheaply can we get them? Okay, right. No one's selling it because this is Rafflesia. There isn't really an active economy in this part of the world. This data center. Alright, I'd hate to go on long for this episode, but we're just going to do this real quick. Just to capture the gameplay loop. We got some of our materials from the Diadem. We're going to get the rest of our materials from here in the Shroud, I guess. These U logs, right? Oh no, gotta be down. This, gotta be this. There. Here we go. And just because there's another one nearby. And one more gather. Oh wait, I didn't do the thing to increase the yield. Whatever. We don't have to be in Ishgard for this, but let's just return there anyway, to craft this thing. I should have saved return for this. Didn't know I'd be teleporting out, but whatever. Luckily we can just teleport back directly to the firmament from the aetherite. Okay, so right here, we are going to craft that thing, this, right here. Synthesize. And yeah, there's probably no chance we can get the high collectability, but we can try at least. How much do we get for this? Yeah, we don't want to start with this. We want to start with this, but we don't have that yet. So do this. And I would do this next, but we don't have it yet. And do this. Yeah, that's a good start. And then we can do that. Well, actually, no, we are going to get pretty high collectability. I guess it is a level 20 item, so it is easy to make. There. Gameplay loop complete. No, it's not done until we actually turn it in. Then I can call it an episode. Alright, what do you think of this Grade 4 Sky Builders plywood with over 105 collectability, which should net us 5 scripts and 67,000 experience points. A pretty sizable chunk of experience, not that much, but if you consider that you can just macro away building these things, I guess it's pretty decent for getting experience as a crafter, maybe. But then you would need the materials in the first place, so gathering it is more of a pain. Actually, maybe this isn't the best way to get experience, but one way or another, the best experience as a crafter or gatherer should be through here, in the firmament, the Ishgardian Restoration. I may not have showed off the most efficient way to do that, but I at least showed off some way of doing it, so that's good enough for me. There. This episode was the basic gameplay loop of, I guess, leveling your crafter/gatherer here in the firmament. And now that that's done, we can end the episode. Next time we can probably participate in one of these fancy fates that takes place every couple of hours or so. And from there on, move on with, I don't know, quests or Sky Builder tools, one of those two. That would be a good time to take a break.